Hi, I'm Rose Reisman. Welcome back to Cooking with Rose. Well, everybody today has gone carb crazy. Carbohydrates I'm talking about. When I say crazy, I mean they're so afraid of eating breads, rice, pastas, even fruits and vegetables, they're avoiding them completely. This is not a healthy way of eating. But there is a really good eating plan out there called the Glycemic Index. Now, you may have heard of it. High glycemic foods versus low glycemic foods. Well, high glycemic foods are those that are filled with either sugar or white flour. So candy, white pastas, even white rice, white potatoes. Those foods raise your blood sugar so quickly that what happens is you get hungry quicker. And when you get hungry quicker, you eat again those same high glycemic foods. Your blood sugar drops, and guess what? Over time, you gain weight. What you want to do is eat lower glycemic foods, and that doesn't mean cutting out carbohydrates. What that means is eating foods such as fruits and vegetables, lots of beans, lots of lean protein, and absolutely having whole grain carbohydrates like whole grain bread, flaxseed, beans, lentils. So you can eat a lot on a lower glycemic index. But today what I want to make for you is a delicious vegetable and cheese frittata. It's just it's like an open face omelet. Absolutely delicious. So first of all, I want to start with a couple of eggs. Now, eggs are unbelievably healthy for you, but here's a problem. That beautiful little yolk in there has about 5 grams of fat, and an egg has about 90 calories. So if you start having 3 and 4 egg omelets, you can run into trouble. So what you want to do is you can use 2 eggs, but if cholesterol is an issue, you can buy a product. Now there's several on the market, but this one is called Break Free. And what this is about 80% egg whites, 20% egg yolks, so that it actually has the color of eggs. I'll pour a little bit out for you just to show you. You see it has that nice yellowy color, but it doesn't have the same amount of cholesterol. So that would be a great substitute if you're watching your cholesterol. Then instead of adding another couple eggs, I'm going to add about 3 egg whites. And once again, you don't have to crack an egg, throw out the yolk, or worse, eat all the yolks because you feel it's going to waste. You can buy egg whites today in a container, and we've just thrown that in, which is eggs. So now what we want to do is add a little bit of milk to this. Now, you don't have to use a low-fat milk, but I would avoid homogenized. A 1%, 2% is great. We're just going to whisk this up, and that is really the basis of our frittata. Now, while this is being mixed, I've decided to saute my vegetables ahead of time so that it doesn't stick to the pan. And I've just taken some button mushrooms that are sliced thinly, a little bit of bell pepper diced, just a little bit of onion, garlic in a little bit of oil, sauteed it up until the vegetables are nice and soft, as you see here. And that's going to be our beautiful vegetable mixture. So let's whisk this up, and let's go over to our skillet and get cracking, which we've cracked already. Let's get cooking. All right, so I've got a nice hot skillet over here. And again, you should hear a nice sizzle, which is perfect. You're then going to turn the temperature right down because you had it really nice and high to start. And now what you want to do is cover this up and go walk away, answer the phone, do whatever you want for about 4 minutes. And then we're going to come back and add the veggies and the cheese. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let me get our vegetables out now. So I've got some delicious Havarti cheese. And feel free to use any cheese that you like. I love Havarti. It's nice and mild, but if you want something stronger, try a Swiss. Even a blue cheese is great. Okay, so let's take a peek and see what our eggs are doing here. Now, if you can take a look, that looks really nice. It's starting to set beautifully. I'm going to throw my cheese over top like this. Okay, and that's going to melt beautifully. I'm going to throw my vegetables on top, just like that. Look at the color of that already. And then I'm going to toss some spinach over top, which is going to melt, actually dissolve, not really melt, but you'll see it will start to wilt very quickly. And now I'm going to put my top back on and let it sit just for a couple of minutes, just until that cheese melts, and you've got a gorgeous frittata. All right, so I think this is beautiful, and now what we want to do is, you know what, people get really concerned at times about serving this and turning it over into a plate. So you know what, don't worry about it. The authentic way of serving a frittata is just serving it in the skillet like this. You cut it into some wedges, and you serve each person themselves a slice. So you see it cuts very, very easily, beautifully with the cheese melted. We're going to add a little bit of ground pepper to that as well, just like this. And you've got a great low glycemic frittata here, ready for everyone. And don't worry, sneak in a little bit of flatbread if you want. Whole grain though, of course. Some other foods that are wonderful for the lower glycemic eating plan are hummus, but make your own hummus. Hummus is just made easily with a can of chickpeas, a little olive oil, tahini paste, garlic, lemon juice, and a little water. Puree it yourself, and instead of serving it with crackers, serve it with crudité, any vegetable you want. These little cherry tomatoes on the vine are beautiful. And then we've got halibut. Halibut is a lovely lean fish filled again with a lot of lean protein, lots of vitamins and minerals, omega fatty acids. And what I've done here is a red bell pepper sauce. Just roasted a bell pepper, pureed it with a little olive oil and vegetable or fish or chicken stock. And then to top it off, everybody likes beef, but I've got a wonderful beef burger here. This uses extra lean beef that is virtually free of a lot of the fat that you'd find in regular ground beef, which makes hamburgers so fatty. In it, I have a little bit of feta cheese, and I've drizzled it with a feta cheese sauce, just made with some light sour cream, feta cheese pureed, a little light mayo, and just a little bit of water. So look at this wonderful meal you can have on a lower glycemic eating plan. If you want these recipes easy, just check them out at tempotoronto.ca and come and visit me next time. I'm Rose Reisman.